Good morning everybody and welcome to the vlog. Today is the last tour of this aquarium, like this. For the last year, you've seen so much progress. Tanks getting delivered, enclosures, walls going up, catwalks being built. But guys, now it's about that time. This entire place is gonna go through a complete metamorphosis and go from a structurally built thing to a completely finished product. And I cannot wait for y'all to see it. Because for the last year, as we've been getting our enclosures delivered, for the most part, you've seen them look like this. Beautiful on the inside, nice glass, but all this ugly exposed wood. And I mean pretty much all of the enclosure. Literally here in a week or so, we have the carpenters from Ohio, Chris and Squid, and I think they're bringing one other person down to rock out this entire place. Plus, we have to build a couple other things for Lori. We have this extra piece of counter right here. Lori wants us to actually build a little satellite counter for like a members only check-in. That way, if we have a busy day and you're a member, you get in before everyone else. And I think there's also one other thing we have to build for Lori. And that one more thing is actually the chameleon wall that's gonna go right here. It's gonna be a couple rows of skyscrapers with some chameleons and some New Caledonia geckos. And maybe we even make it look themed out like a tree or something. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do here, but we have to come up with a plan. So yeah, next tour video, you're going to see a completely different wall over here filled with chameleons. And as Lori and Jeff are finishing up enclosures like Salt's new enclosure, Elvis's new enclosure behind me, Ivy's enclosure in the front of the building, Bowser's enclosure, the baby gators, and Toothless new enclosure, this is gonna be the last tour video you see these things empty. We'll have these things planted out, have water in them, running, seamed up, no leaks, all that. So by the time we do another tour video of the Legacy Aquarium, all of that stuff will be running, and maybe we'll even have animals in those enclosures. When the carpenters were here last, they built out all these enclosures. Lori got done painting them all. What's next? This one's a little bit of a surprise for Lori, so I'm not gonna tell you too much about it, but next tour video, these will all be planted out and look absolutely amazing and maybe even have their inhabitants in it, but more on that in another video. Well guys, you see these dirty floors right here? Well, not for long. The party room has its own color. The marine section, the freshwater and mammal section, the reptile section, and the front gift shop area all have different floor colors. So by the next tour video, you're gonna get to see all of that stuff. The colors are gonna pop. Remember, all of this will be rocked out, brand new floors. But guys, that is not all. That's just the reptile side. And as we walk into the freshwater and mammal section, this is also the last time you're gonna see a lot of things unfinished. You've seen Jeff for the last few days working on this end cap. He should be wrapped up on this in the next few days, and then it's just decorating this out with plants. Speaking of finished work, next time we do a tour video, this wave wall will be complete. The tank will get slid in. With it all painted, we'll get to see it in all its glory. I don't even know at all what this is really gonna look like, but it looks so cool already. A little add-on that's like, doesn't change the place that much, but it adds a little bit of character to an already crazy place. Also on the list to do as far as finished work, we have to get all of our backlit stingrays up on this wall, which is gonna tie this place together so good. I mean, you guys have no idea how crazy this is gonna look, because it looks cool already, but with all of those stingrays on there, it's just gonna bring this place to life even more. Finished work has continued to go on with the fish spas. They painted all the outside black, and now the last thing to get installed are the actual spas themselves. There's gonna be 4 here in total. It's already cool enough at the Reptarium where you could sit by baby Kush and actually watch him as you're getting your feet and toes nibbled on by fish. How much crazier is it gonna be to see the clownfish and the saltwater predator tank and the look down fish, etc., etc. I am so psyched for this, man. I cannot wait for all of these things to start actually getting finished. Also, this is gonna be the last time you see any filters not hooked up. Everything will get plumbed here so that water can get in every single one of these enclosures. By the next time we do a tour like this whole place looks different already, and it's not even close to going through its full changes. It was cool enough seeing this thing unwrapped with the plastic. I cannot imagine what it's gonna look like with water in it and lit up. Ooh, these are gonna be absolute stunners. But it's not just the S tanks, it's gonna be this giant tank over here, this little corner tank over here, and that's right, the zigzag tanks will get completely planted out, filled with water. You can already see a lot of the plumbing is done for this, and I can't wait to see what this whole entire crazy driftwood forest looks like, lit up with water. It's gonna be beautiful. In the next tour video, whenever that may be, the mammal rooms will be completely fixtured out and maybe even have mammals in them. These were some of the first things that were worked on, and we are getting very close to wrapping them up, and I couldn't be more excited about that. What a crazy filtration room. I'm currently in the filtration room for the freshwater predator tank and the freshwater stingray tank. Yeah, it looks crazy back here, the whole green machine vibe going on. And that entire room is run off this green monster right here. This is a giant bioreactor with these cool green beads in it. This will get themed out, and you guys will actually be able to see this when you're experiencing the aquarium, which I think is so awesome. So next tour video, this should be up and running. It'll be probably the last time ever you see filters not on at the Legacy Aquarium. Not only that, the finished work will start getting done for the predator tank, meaning mossing and greening this all out and getting it all lit up and ready And with the filters pretty much fully plumbed, we're almost ready for fish in this tank here, which means all of us will go down to Ohio Fish Rescue, get our giant freshwater predator fish, and start to make the journey back to the Legacy Aquarium where they're gonna live the rest of their life in this tank here. Can you even believe that? Oh, and by the way, guys, this is one of the last times you'll ever see a tour video with the overhead lights on. That's because over the last few weeks, we've had lights being hung all over the aquarium. I think where I'm at now in the glow room is one of the last places that actually needs lighting. But oh my goodness, it's so crazy to start seeing lights over almost every enclosure we have. So the next tour video, we're gonna see this place in a literal completely different light. We'll have the overhead lights off and just the tank lights on. Do you remember the first time we saw this tank actually lit up?
Time to turn off the lights. This is gonna be great. I think I'm ready, dude.
Whoa.
Oh, that's crazy. Bro, this looks so good. What do you think, dude? That was cool, huh?
That's so sweet.
Easy app to navigate, right? Pretty quick. Oh, wow, literally.
I'm just moving the sliders right now.
Are you even ready to see the aquarium like this? I know I'm ready. I'm speechless, man. I mean, I know it's hard to see on camera. Cameras are not great at picking up this type of light. When you guys come here in person, you're going to be blown away. Look at the glow. I mean, there's no other lights on in here other than this light right now. This looks absolutely mental. That was crazy enough. Just with one light over this tank. There's 3 on here now. All of these tanks will get lit up, just like the Stingray tank here. And the Stingray tank behind me is actually clearing up pretty well. We're starting to actually be able to see through to the back now. And it's so cool to see it with the lights overhead. But imagine when this entire place is dark and every tank is lit up different. Oh, I cannot wait to show you guys that. You can see some more plumbing right here and all the lights that it's gonna take to light this giant bridge tank. I cannot wait to walk underneath this with the lights on. I think the electricians just have some work to do with actually getting everything plugged in. And then other than hanging some of the other lights, everything will be good to go and we could turn them on. So the next tour video will be that day when we actually can see this place in the dark with all the aquarium lights on. And with all of our salt for the aquarium showed up, pretty much the last tour video you're gonna ever see without salt water in the saltwater tanks. Like the deep sea tank with the spiny-tailed lobster and squirrelfish, or the giant wall tank, clownfish, and even the saltwater reef tank. Over the next couple weeks, all of these tanks will get filled up with water because the filtration's all getting plumbed out. Check this out. All under the look down tank, Bashy's giant legacy sump is all plumbed up. Lights on. Oh, voice activated, nice. So a couple weeks ago, Bashy was in here dry fitting all of these fittings, but now they're actually plumbed in to the filters, minus a couple of course, but soon we'll actually be able to have salt water in that tank, which I can't wait for. One day it's gonna be carpeted with cool coral and fishies are gonna be frolicking everywhere.
What are you doing?
We're gonna put this inside the shark tank.
Oh, to hang lights?
Yeah.
Oh no, good luck. And as you can see, lights are continued to be hung here. We saw 2 lights above the shark tank the other day and look at how crazy it was. Guys, this is just one light. I mean, that's pretty bright. I don't know if you could see, it's hung up a little bit above the tank. So Big Kev's coming right now so we can throw another one up there and see what 2 lights look like.
We have 2 lights hooked up right now.
Looks a lot cooler from down here. We'll definitely have to hang them a little higher.
It's coming all the way down to the bottom, which is a great sign.
Yeah, and like Kev said, the water's disgusting right now. Sawdust, dust, and the black bottom does not really illuminate the tank a whole lot. Plus there's supposed to be like 14 of them on here.
Now with them going up there on the Skyjack, a lot more lights will go up. I think this is gonna take a long time, but the next tour video, Shark Tank will be lit. Kevin, you're in the Shark Tank, dude. You look small in there. And super exciting news, Lori said that within the next week or so, she wanted to get this all set up and have water running through it. So that's right, this may be the last time you see this thing dry. I think when we get this actually fully set up, we should have like a little contest with the crew, go through a couple bags and see who gets the coolest stuff so we could show you exactly what and how this works and all that stuff. But I really wish Brian was here to see this. This was his crazy dream for sure. I mean, this whole place is, but this water tower was something he was so psyched for, and kind of brings me to the point why I'm telling you about this last time video. So the reason I'm telling you all about these last times is I was looking back, and this time last year, literally to the day, was the last video I ever filmed with Brian. It's crazy how much has changed. Life seems so different now. I miss you so much, Bri. I really, really miss you so much. He had just gotten out of the hospital the day before. He had like a blood clot, and I didn't get to see him for a couple days, which sucked really bad. It was a really heavy time. And anyway, the point is that he came in, of course, Brian, he gets out of the hospital. I mean, literally probably within a few hours was like, can we film a video? Of course I said yes, and we came here and we did a tour around this whole place. I'll show you that right now.
I don't know really what's been going on here for the last 3 days. The one thing I know is that the bridges are in, at least the bases of the bridges. Obviously we have to go and put the wood on, the railings and stuff like that. But the actual thing is that, you know, I've been waiting a long time for that. What do you say we go inside and just get reactions of what's been going on for the last 3 days? Because I know a lot has gotten done. Of course, the first thing I can see is that there's a whole bunch more drywall that's done over here. You can see I'm limping a little bit. That limping is because I had a blood clot in my artery right here. Had to have emergency surgery done. So I'm still in quite a bit of pain when it comes to walking, but way better than it was before the surgery because I couldn't even put any pressure on it at all. So here's the turtle thing. It is looking really cool there. So not only is the lighting perfect as far as like the tone I wanted that tone of like being really light. But I also love the fact that it looks super modern. We started to do the painting. Of course, we have to do the painting in order to actually put water in the predator tank. What I understand is that we're actually putting water in the predator tank right now. So let's take a look real quick. Holy moly. Now granted, it's dirty right now. There's all that sediment. That's why we're leaching it out. But right now there's probably, I don't know, 3.5 foot of water. It took a day to get to this, so we probably have another day to actually fill it up all the way. It's so crazy how different everything looks lit up. You know, this coral looked all kind of dark and dingy, but now that we have lights in here, it's just vibrant and pops. Again, we still have a big problem trying to figure out how to get this into that. Definitely going to be a bear, but we have to somehow do a saltwater tank here and then a big reef tank over here. And they did the back of the house when it came to all the epoxy, which looks really good. And then right here, you'll see the little bit of a bump out, and that bump out is actually right here where fish spots are going to be. So the fish spots will come out to like here, go all the way across.
And at the end of that video, Brian and I sat right here. There wasn't even glass in here at the time. None of the mammal rooms were finished. Sat right here and we talked to you guys about our relationship together. Brian and I filmed 1,500 videos, if not more, over the last 5 years. We got to know each other really well. We had a crazy thing going. We'd always be brainstorming, constantly talking about ideas. Ever since that video, I've never filmed another video with me and Brian in it ever again, and I think about that day a lot.
So I want you guys to understand that the vlog is important to both of us.
For sure.
But obviously, there's the emotional side of this. And it's not just me that has to go through this.
It's hard.
Jay is my best friend. He's with me all the time.
Yeah.
And he sees me struggling. You know, you guys don't see it. You know, we try to keep it out, you know, but he sees the days that are really difficult.
So proud of you, you know, to go from such humble beginnings to making this place. It's a miracle, and that's what we do. We beat the odds every time, and you're going to get there too, Brian. But in this meantime, I got your back, and we're gonna get through it together.
It's wild to be here a year later and see how much this place is about to change. You know, a day or so after this day, a year ago, Brian went into hospice and life changed forever. The final thing I wanted to say is thank you guys. You know, it's not been easy. I'd be completely lying if I said it was, but you guys make it worthwhile. I appreciate you guys welcoming me into this crazy life with open arms. I'm doing my best every day to try to make all of you proud, including Brian, Lori, the whole crew, and all of our friends around the world. I hope I'm doing a good job. It means a lot to me to try to do, so that's the best I can do, is try my best. So yes, guys, this is the last tour of the Legacy Aquarium. Like this, but plenty more tour videos to come once this place is finished. But for now, speaking of finished.
Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, there's a playlist that you can watch all kinds of videos. You can also hit that subscription button. It would mean a lot to me. Also, hit that like button while you're down there. Have a wonderful day, Reptile Army. Remember, be kind to someone, and I promise I'll see you in the next one.